Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video I will talk about 12 gauge pump action, a system that is widely in use to today here in USA because it's so universal and there are X manufacturers. So for people that may be looking to buy their first pump action, or just can afford one pump action, it's a bit overwhelming to see what is all on the market and what I should get. And since I test pump actions for decades now in 2 different continents, I want to talk a bit about what I would suggest if you can only buy one pump action, or if you start first, and what would be the main pump action to get, so that you have a good start. Currently in USA there is a lot of different models made in Turkey to get that already out of the way. I did test some of them as well, and while they work and have different unique features, we have there basically the main problem that there is the quality control, and second, the spare parts. With all the Turkish guns that I got, there was something to fix, something to rework that would not have worked for long or did not work from start. Say the sights would fall off, the magazine end cap was just screwed together and not with a Loctite. The springs in the action in the magazine, in the tube fed magazine, was always on the really strong side, coupled with a follower that is a bit tight in the tube. So yeah, while they are cheap and they would quite likely work if you know how to fix them, or if you get a model that is actually working, that would be a good deal. But again, over the long run, the spare parts problem gonna be huge. Similar situation with the made in China shotguns. This is either with bigger US companies importing them, like the Savage Steven 320 here on the table, or smaller companies that did, like Harrington and Richardson, that did import this model patterned after the Remington 870 with a heavy steel receiver. There is the problem with the spare parts, as well as with a little bit less, but still there with the end control, the quality control. Over the Savage Stevens I made a separate video. The problem there, no spare parts, no spare barrels, limited stocks and all that. With the Remington 870 version from Harrington and Richardson imported, it's a bit easier. The problem is regular 870 barrels not gonna fit without an adapter either. Stocks and fore ends gonna fit. The problem with the Remington 870 is that basically is outdated with its heavy steel receiver. If you wanna have that, and if you wanna drag the heavy steel around, then that is the way to go for you. But for the average people, I would say they wanna have the lighter weight aluminium receiver. Then what is made in USA, of course, if we can, we would like to buy made in USA. Unfortunately, it's not that much anymore. Remington is pretty much down, plus they made only steel receiver guns anyhow, or mainly. Now they are on the way back, and we see how that goes. But as I say, most people want to quite likely have a lighter gun, so that is out. Then we have Mossberg, Maverick. The cheaper version is under the Maverick brand. We see that over here. Then this one actually too. Then the more expensive one is this one here, and 590 is not on the table. That would be the most important, the most expensive one. So that is still made in USA, and that's basically what I recommend if you are in the market for a pump action that actually works and over decades, and that you get spare parts, spare bottles, and this and that and the other. So that is something to consider a lot there. If you want to go with the cheapest model, it's the Maverick 88 here. That model has just the basic features, but it works. There are videos online that show that it works like a Model 500 and 590 pretty much. It's a little bit rougher. You have a bit more trouble to change the fore end, but the main stock is the same and all that. And if you get a model with the 6-round magazine, the shorter magazine tube, you can get that with a shorter home defense style bottle and a longer hunting style bottle. If you get that, you are already set. That will work for the rest of your life. You can easily add sights, different sights if you want. You can easily add a sight saddle. If you want to change the regular stock to a Magpul version, it's easy possible too. Or if you want to have a pistol grip, that will work as well. Then if you have a bit more money, you can go with the Model 500 from Mossberg. The difference is that we have a safety up here. The safety on the Maverick is on the side, on the trigger guard. That maybe help you if you are a left-hander. So maybe if you want to use a pistol grip one, it's not going to help you because you can't reach it too easy. So that's a possibility too. There are X Model 500, X configuration to find, and then the most expensive model is the 590, the military grade style. I mean, there you spend quite a money, but that is an item that quite likely never gonna fail in 2 or 3 lifetimes if you care a bit about. And one big advantage currently is on the Mossberg side, is that they make the S model, so you can not only shoot 3-inch and 2 3/4 ammunition, but also the short shells. And I say that's going to be a big thing in the future. Those short shells are more and more made by different companies. The ammunition is about half the length of a 2 3/4 shell, while having nearly the same payload and energy. What that matters is that you can load more ammunition in the typical tube magazine, which may give you an advantage. Also, the ammunition, of course, is lighter. If you carry the thing or drag it somewhere, then you can take more ammunition with you. And we need to say that Mossberg is currently the only company that offered the S models in the Mossberg 500 and 590S series. Unfortunately not the Maverick, the cheap Maverick yet, that can fire all 3 ammunitions interchangeably. You can mix and match how you want. So that is a great advantage, and hopefully they're gonna step by step upgrade the Maverick to that system as well, because it really that really is the tipping point for a gun sale, I would say, for the future. So yeah, other than that, it's not much made in USA anymore. It's a lot imported from outside, as we did see, in huge numbers. So you need to study exactly what you want to get, or what you in which direction you want to go with what you get, because there Unfortunately, there's a lot of problem shotguns out there as well. If you look online, there are X videos about troubles with non-working shotguns. So the advice from me is that Maverick 88 as a starter point, cheap as possible. Mossberg 500 is in the middle section, and the Mossberg 590, especially the S models, are on top of the line if you want to spend the money. So that much about different pump actions. I love the system, as you see, and I did get my first one many decades, and it's still not the last one, so I'm still testing and trying out some more models to come.